Hi, welcome to Magpie Moonchild. My name is Kayleigh. This is a deck unboxing and exploration of the Heart of Faerie Oracle by Brian and Wendy Froud. I do have the Fairies Oracle upstairs, and I say upstairs because it is no longer mine. My daughter has claimed it as her own, rightfully so. I think she's supposed to work with the Fae. They do surround her. It's amazing. But yes, so this is obviously from the same creators as that Fairies Oracle. How wisdom of the fairy transforms life and relationships. I had a reading done recently, and she curated two decks to do the readings with, and one was Wild Unknown, which is my personal deck. Since I found it 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I don't know, years ago. That has been my daily deck. My deck doesn't get used for anybody else, and she managed to somehow choose that deck and this deck, and the reading was incredible. I will link her Facebook down below in case you're interested. Just the way she did her readings, completely different style to mine, but she resonated with my situation, my relationship so well. And yeah, it has been incredibly instrumental in where we are right now. But anyway, so this is the other deck that she chose alongside the Wild Unknown, which together it doesn't make sense, but it worked in that reading. So yeah, I went looking for it, and I've been looking for it for a while. And then I found it secondhand, because they go for like over £100, and I managed to find it secondhand on a local marketplace, Facebook marketplace page, for a lot less. And my husband drove 40 miles there and 40 miles back with the kids in a foggy day to go and collect it for me while I was doing readings for people, booked readings. So he went and drove 40 miles to get it. So this really is filled with a lot of love. So it was a relationship reading that she did, and he went and got the deck for me anyway. So as I say, it's secondhand, so the box is a bit loose and everything, but it's never going anywhere, so it is for my personal collection. So anyway, let's have a look at it. So this is obviously the front of the box. It's quite a big box. It's about the size of my forearm. Anyway, yeah, so we have this on the side, the Heart of the Oracle. Same on the other side. The bottom is just, both the top and the bottom just have this pattern that's obviously on the artwork in the background. And then obviously the blurb on the back. 68 cards and a booklet. And what I'll do is I'll open it. It's probably going to want to, yeah, I thought so, unwrap itself because that side needs re-sticking down. But that's fine. We can deal with that later. And then, the box is coming out that way. So you've got the hard-backed book, which you do with the Fairies Oracle, which I will link up in the corner. I love Brian Froud. He actually did a lot of the designing for Labyrinth, the character design for Labyrinth and the Dark Crystal. But yeah, and I think it's his son that is the baby in Labyrinth as well. Their son, Brian and Wendy's son, that's the baby in Labyrinth. I could be wrong on that though. Anyway, so yeah, the book, but I will go to the book in a minute. Let's have a look. Let's take the paper off. And I might well use that to put the cards, turn them into. But look at this gorgeous heart angel wings. They look like iron swords, those feathers. The tree, the roots and the heart, it's beautiful. The border artwork, it's just incredible. So yeah, as these are secondhand, obviously they have been shuffled out of order, but I'm just going to go through them all one by one as they're coming out the box for me. So we have the hope, the paradox, the blessing, the challenge, the remembrance, Tink, the temptation, sorry that made me smile with Tink, the question, the song, the shadow of the past, the joy of the future, bright spark. Oh, that's a blank one. I wonder what that's for. I'm sure we'll find out. The green woman, the green man, the fairy of naughtiness, the juggler, the lady of joy, the lady of faith, the lady of unicorns, the lady of sorrows, the fixer, the Queen of the Night, the Lady of Song, the Lady of Leprechauns, the Pan, the Queen of Shadows, the Queen of Passage, the Elven Knight, the Shapeshifter, the Queen of Owls, the Captive Man, the Queen of Laughter. I love that she has little frog legs. The Speaker of Truth, the Messenger, another blank one with the two blank ones, the Star Faerie, the Returning, the Queen of Bedlam, that's my house in the morning, trying to get us all ready and out the door, the Queen of the Golden Bough, the Queen of Hearth and Home, the Queen of the Day, the Leaving, the Maiden, the Fairy of Growth, the Boy, the Lady of the Forest, the Lord of the Forest, the Thief, the Rocks, the Fairy of Youth, the Smith, the Dreaming, In Two Minds, oh no, the Hidden One, the Big Behind, Prick Up Your Ears, the Sorcerer, the Magician, oh wow, I love that, the Crone, the Hero, the Child, the Prince of Light, the Heartless Love, the Prince of Shadows, and the Gift. This is the gift. This deck is the gift. I love this deck. I love the artwork. I love Brian and Wendy's artwork. See how it riffle shuffles. Riffles really well, actually. The cards are quite thin. I mean, they are quite thin and they are quite bendy. They're not damaging though. They are quite thin. If you squeeze them, they do stay bent. There's no kind of getting away from that fact. They are matte finished printing. Oh, they just want to jump everywhere. The Fae are having a ball with this deck. I love it. I love fairy artwork. And Brian's is exceptional. Brian and Wendy's decks are exceptional. But yes, they are beautiful cards. I do need to check if they're all there though, because I haven't checked them. I haven't checked that they're all there. This is the first time I've opened the box. So let's have a quick look at the book. So we have, they're tarot size, by the way, if that matters to you. Brian and Wendy Froud's book. And then we have obviously the inside page, the covers, and then we have this heart with the tree. Oh, there's a hair there. Heart with the tree image. Absolutely beautiful. Tenderness of details. So yeah, the art is by Brian and the text is by Wendy. Acknowledgements. The Heart of Faerie dedicated to Toby and Sarah. Then we have the contents, and I love this sketch design. Preface from Brian. And then we have the introduction from Wendy. How to use the cards. About the cards. The Fairy Queens. And then obviously it goes into the Queens. Day, night, passage, owls, hearth and home, shadows and laughter. And then it goes into the Queen's consorts. So we have the Captive Man, the Prince of Shadows, the Prince of Light, the Speaker of Truth, the Shapeshifter, the Elven Knight, the Messenger, the Rocks, and the Thief. And then we have the archetypes, so the Lord and the Lady of the Forest, the Boy and the Maiden, the Heartless Love, the Child, the Hero, the Crone, Sorcerer, the Magician, Green Man and the Green Woman, and the Smith. Then we go into the sprites. The Fairy of Youth, the Fairy of Growth, Tink, Bright Spark, Star Fairy, Night Naughtiness, Pan, the Fixer, and then we go into the ladies. So we have leprechauns, unicorns, song, sorrows. Each card has this red sepia image of itself. Keywords underneath, the name and the title, and then the description there. Divination there. Then we have the tricksters. What is life without tricksters? Because they are out there. They are out there, the paradox. Then we have the journey. So it's all about journey. So the blessing, the leaving, the remembrance, the challenge, the shadow, the joy, the song, the question, the temptation, the hope, the dreaming and the gift, and then the returning. And then there are spread. The end is the beginning spread. And obviously a description of it. An interview then with Brian and Wendy Froud. And then describe the role of love of fairies from Brian and Wendy. And then there is the 3 wishes reading. And then there's pages for notes in the back. And then obviously the printing details. Previous titles from the world of Froud. Yeah. And then the gorgeous imagery on the back of that book. I really like this deck. I'm really impressed by it. I'm always impressed by Froud's work, but yeah, by all means, I will put a link up above for the Fairies Oracle. I can't wait to go and have a little play with this. It was amazing to have as part of a reading, so from somebody else. So to be able to read for myself with this deck now feels incredible. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I will see you again soon. Bye for now.